was after that Laura started to change. She became unpredictable. As she got older, she got worse. Staying up with men, drinking all the time. Finally, it got so bad, I had to ask her to leave home.
I know it must have been very difficult for you, but now that you know why, will you come and see her?
Oh, I can't.
She needs you.
I think a visit from you would help her.
All right.
I found out that your first husband is divorcing you.
What?
Apparently, he filed for divorce nearly a year ago, which means, of course, that it's almost finalized now.
That can't be right.
I can assure you that it is.
All right, lady. Now, you've got the negatives and we want them. So hand them over and we'll leave.
Well, don't just stand there looking at me. Why don't one of you throw a pot or something?
Oh, geez, Wally, I'd rather grow it than throw it.
Excuse me, Mr. Wallace. Can I see you, please?
All right, Lizzie. Show them how it's done.
Oh, have a nice time.
There has been a break-in at your place, Mrs. Reynolds. She's been beaten up. The police want you there straight away.
What the hell? All right, ladies, sorry, though. That's all for tonight. Just make certain you clean up when you finish, will you?
You heard! Get on with it! Oh, good, Mason. Just in time to clean up.
Well, now, I wondered where you'd got to.
What's the matter, love? You look as though it's the end of the world. Here we go.
It is, Lizzie. Eddie, he's divorcing me.
Sounds like a nice, painless way to get rid of a bloke to me.
But it's a sin, Bea. Why would he do that to me?
Well, it could have something to do with the fact you married 5 other blokes.
I tried so hard to be a good wife. To all of them.
Oh, never mind, Pixie. I mean, you must have done something right. None of the other blokes complained.
Listen, I think we can do without the counselling session. If this isn't cleared up in 5 minutes, it's straight back to cells.
Bloody wowzer.
Come on, let's get going then. And what do you think you're doing?
I don't know. Just going to put the clay away.
Yeah, well, if you want to help, you can sweep the floor. I'll do this.
Sure.
Oh, there it is. Oh, that's all right.
Anne, God, are you all right?
I don't know. It hurts all round the ribs.
I'm afraid Mrs. Reynolds has been badly beaten, Mr. Wallace. Oh, I'd be surprised if there's any bruising. Sounds like they were professionals.
Has anybody called a doctor?
Yeah, I'm going to take her up to the hospital and get her properly checked over.
I'll come with you.
Well, if I might just ask you a few questions before you go. Seems these thugs broke in looking for a photograph or negative.
Anne?
You were right, Wally. We couldn't handle this by ourselves. I had to tell them.
Yeah, well, I don't really think there's anything that I can add to what Mrs. Reynolds has already told you.
Yeah, I realise that. Oh, I've got a man up fingerprinting your flat now. Not that we'll find out anything. They knew their job, these blokes. Bit of a mess, though.
Yeah, well, I imagine when they realised that Paul and Anne didn't have it, I was the logical suspect.
Yeah, sorry, Wally. I had the negative up there. I thought it'd be safe. Only when they started beating Mum, she had to tell them.
Well, I can understand your mother letting them in on the secret, but I wish somebody had told me.
Sorry, mate. Look, I'd like to get my mother up to the hospital.
Yeah, right. We can finish this tomorrow. Just a formality, Mr. Wallace.
Yeah, all right.
Inspector Fields. The photo. We're fairly sure there's another copy. Paul thinks he sent one into Wentworth.
Yeah, that's right. It's just we haven't been able to find it.
I think one of the women, B. Smith, knows where it is.
Right, I'll be in to see her in the morning. You be all right?
Yes, thank you.
You saw the sister? Well, yes. But she was extremely hostile. And she refuses to release the money.
Oh, does she? You see how a materialistic world corrupts both the mind and the soul, Redders?
Yes, I see.
Well, this is not the first time we've had to fight corruption to allow our followers to see the perfect truth. We shall fight the sister in a way she understands best. Through the law.
The law? But, Reverend, you have always told us that the law
is an idea rather than an element. And we believe only in the elements and the life force of nature. Nevertheless, we must fight the infidels as best we can, Red Earth. Sister Peacebird will get her money. Then she can relinquish it ritually, and so find peace in perfect harmony with the cosmos.
And Sister Peacebird, is she to know?
Oh, in time, brother, in time. Right now she is meditating for her initiation, and we must not disturb her.
And we had that frog hopping around for a week. I was terrified every time I went into the bathroom.
Gee, mate, you're a bit of a tearaway at 7.
Yeah. Well, a lot of years have passed since then. And I don't think Mum's caught up with them yet.
Oh, of course I have. But we all like to reminisce. What about your family, Dennis?
I don't talk about my family, Mrs. Morris.
That's because you've got nothing interesting to say, have you, mate?
Marty, that's awful. I'm sure it's not true.
No, Marty's right. Not very good at conversation. I bore people.
Well, I'm not bored. I'm very interested in hearing about your family.
I think I'll leave you to it. I'll be getting back.
Marty, we're in the middle of dinner.
I've got ages yet, mate.
I've got some things to do, Dan. Better get on to them.
This is our first night together.
Well, you too enjoy your dinner. I'll see you tomorrow, Mum.
Oh, bugger it. I want to watch that film too.
Never mind, Lizzie. Too much television stifles the intellect.
Oh, shut up, Brandy.
Turn it off and I won't tell you twice.
It was such a lovely film. Couldn't we watch it to the end?
Get out. Come on, hurry up.
What are you doing here? I was just about to ask you the same thing.
I forgot something.
Yeah, so did I. I've got to teach you who calls the shots around here.
I wouldn't try it, Smith.
No, hand it over to. Oh! Ah! No! Bitch! Ah! All right, you can have it. Oh, no. Set this up. Come on, I'll take your head off like cutting teeth.
All right! It was Lionel, fellows. Oh.
Then when he ran off, Mum had to look after the three of us. My sister was only 11 then. She had to take care of us while Mum went to work. I'm sorry. Guess I'm talking too much.
No, of course not. Must have been very hard on all of you.
Yes, it was. I never really had a friend until I met Marty. He's been a real mate to me. Do you know, if you hadn't brought me round here, I would have spent my whole leave on ship.
Oh, rubbish. I bet there are at least a half a dozen girls just waiting for you to call.
Girls? Well, not very good with girls. I never know what to say, and they always end up laughing at me.
Hello? Who is this?
Something wrong, Mrs. Morris?
That was one of those anonymous callers.
Oh, shouldn't we call the police or something?
Oh, there's nothing they can do. It happens all the time. Oh, it's just that I've been lucky up until now.
Look, if it'll make you feel any better, I can bunk on the couch tonight, in case he rings back.
No. I'll be fine, really. I'm just a bit tired.
Oh, yeah, well, I better be going. You sure you're all right?
Yes, I'll be fine.
Good night, Mrs. Morris.